was once a small village surrounded by green hills and tall trees. The people there lived peacefully, and the forest protected them, giving shade, clean water, and fresh air. But as time passed, people began cutting trees scarcely. First, it was only a few, then more and more. One rainy season, the river overflowed, the water grew higher and stronger until it was through the village. Homes were damaged, roads were broken, the land was protect them could no longer do so. After the flood, an old man from the village stood quietly by the river bank and said, "The disaster did not come because nature turned against us. It came because we turned against our responsibility." At the moment, the villager finally realized the problem was not only environment, it was a problem of akhlak. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Honorable judges, respected teacher, and my dear friends, my name is Najwa and today I stand before you to speak about an important message. Restoring our akhlak to the environment as the first step toward the sustainability of the earth. The environment doesn't only need technology, police, or innovation. Before all of that, it needs akhlak, conscience, responsibility, and a heart that cares. Because the earth is not merely a place we live in, it is an amanah entrusted to us by Allah. Our Prophet Muhammad SAW reminded us in a beautiful hadith. The world is good and pleasant, and Allah has spread you stewards over it to see how you will act. Sahih Muslim. This reminds us that protecting nature is not just environmental effort. It is an ibadah and part of our akhlak. You see, restoring akhlak means returning to responsibility. Environmental damage doesn't begin with machine or factory. It begins with human choice. Example, throwing trash carelessly, wasting water and electricity, cutting trees without thinking of consequence, ignoring nature because it is not our problem. Once Allah disappears, nature becomes the victim. But when Allah is restored, humans become our guardians again. A person without akhlak doesn't only ask, "What benefits me?" They also ask, "What consequence will this bring to others, to nature, and to future generations?" That is the true meaning of akhlak. So, here's another example of akhlak in action. In many religions today, we can find inspiring young people and local communities who choose to care instead of staying silent. Some have volunteered to organize river cleanups, clean mangrove, restore coastal areas, and help residents after environmental disaster. One environmental influencer, Pandawara Group, often share awareness about nature protecting and encourage young to join community cleanup movements, tree planting efforts, and post-food recovery activities. They do not act for fame, likes, or recognition. They act because they believe that helping the community, protecting nature, and preventing future disaster is part of noble akhlak. Their message is simple. If we cannot change the whole world, then we start by fixing our own environment. And that is where real change begins. Ladies and gentlemen, we can start restoring akhlak start from our daily life. We do not need to wait until we become leaders or official. Our akhlak is tested in simple moments. Example, when we choose whether to litter or use the trash bin, whether to waste paper or use it wastely, whether to ignore the nature or take responsibility. Small action build habits, habits build character, and character shapes the future of the earth. A sustainable world cannot exist without sustainable akhlak. My friends, environmental is not only the destruction of nature, it is a reflection of the destruction of akhlak. If we wish to protect the earth, we must first protect our hearts. Let us become a generation that acts with conscience, respect every living being, treat nature as amanah, and revive a noble akhlak in every action we take. Because sustainability doesn't begin with technology, it begins with akhlak. And one day, when we stand before Allah, we will not only be asked about what we achieved, but also how we cared for His creation. Thank you for your attention. My name is Najwa. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.